Promise this will be the cutest cat you've ever seen. This poor cat got stung by a bee. The owner tried to pull out the stinger, but as soon as they touched it, the cat jumped away from the king. The owner had to be more careful this time. Finally, they managed to remove it. But guess what happened? The cat's face swelled up like a pig's head. The owner thought the photo was so cute. They used it as their profile picture. Look, and unlike other cats, this one loves taking baths. Baths are a treat for it. When its owner gives it a bath, it stays still and obedient. Once the foam is applied, it looks like a little sheep. When the foam is rinsed off, it even purrs in enjoyment. When wearing a bathrobe, it will even lift its head to help. But the cat has its tricks. Sometimes, to stay in the bath longer, it will purposely pee. The owner is helpless, and ends up giving it another bath. Also mischievous is this adorable cat Cake. The kitten was very cute, but soon the family discovered the kitten was very naughty. It not only liked to bite everything, but also peed on the bed. One day, the family took the kitten on a trip. Once outdoors, the kitten really let loose. It kept teasing the bees, but soon, it learned the hard way. Now, it turned into a honey-flavored cake. The kitten never misbehaved again. It quietly drank the medicine the owner gave. This kitten didn't get stung by a bee because its feet smell too bad. At first the owner didn't notice, but gradually the whole house started to stink. So the owner used infrared to check, and discovered the toxic gas was coming from the kitten's paws. It turned out the owner liked to touch the kitten with their feet, to always feel the owner's presence. The kitten even started stealing the owner's shoes, but what it didn't expect was, it caught athlete's foot. So the owner began treating the kitten's feet. First, she soaked its paws in a disposable cup. Then she shaved off the extra foot hair. After cleaning it, she applied foot cream to the kitten. The kitten was so comfortable it almost fell asleep. Now, the kitten is completely healed. The owner even bought it its own little shoes. But the kitten, now used to foot soaks, always uses the owner's thermos every day. This cat decided a cup was its new bed, because whenever it sees an empty container, it can't resist jumping in. Its movements are so smooth. A year later, the cat has gained a lot of weight. Its butt is stuck outside, but that doesn't stop it. It manages to twist its body, trying to stuff itself completely into the container. Then, a miracle happens. The cat flows right in like water. It thinks of water. This cat is very afraid of water, so its owner decided to help it overcome this fear. At first, he poured a small amount of water on the cat, to show the cat that water is safe. Then, he placed the cat in water through a transparent bucket. Once the cat stopped resisting the water, he started teaching the cat to swim in shallow water, to help it adjust. Next, the owner gave the cat a small life jacket, to help it float on the surface. After each swimming session, the owner carefully dried the cat with a towel. He even bought a special dryer for cats, so the cat wouldn't feel uncomfortable. Gradually, the cat started to enjoy swimming. The owner even made it a custom swimsuit. Now, the cat isn't afraid of water at all. It even loves fishing with its owner, but fishing outside in summer is just too hot. The owner bought a huge cool house for the cats. Look, it was too hot and the air conditioner was broken. Both the cats and the humans couldn't sleep because of the heat. To help the cats stay cool, the owner specially bought this cool house. At first, the cats loved it. They spent every day in it to avoid the heat. But after the owner tried it once, they immediately fell in love with the cool feeling. So the cool house got taken over by the owner. The cats were helpless. They had to find new ways to stay cool. They discovered that sleeping in metal items was cooler, like stainless steel bowls, and even iron pans. The cat slept on the iron pans, leaving hair all over them. This really bothered the owner, but what the owner didn't expect was, the new stainless steel rack he bought became the cat's new favorite spot. Each kitten claimed its own spot, but this event soon showed its flaw. At night, whenever one cat woke up, the others would get disturbed. That night, none of the cats slept well. So, when the owner had both a ferret and a cat, this cat thought its best friend had passed away. But actually, the owner was just messing with it. The ferret was only in a deep sleep. To make the cat believe it, the owner even threw the ferret's body in the trash right in front of it. Watching the ferret, unresponsive, the cat had no choice but to accept the sad news. It was so heartbroken it couldn't eat anything. Tears even soaked the bed. But later that night, something strange happened. The ferret finally woke up and came out to drink water. At first, the cat didn't react, but when it realized what it was seeing, it jumped up in fear, like it had seen a ghost. Now, every time the ferret falls into a deep sleep, the cat makes sure its friend is alive by gently waking it up with love taps. But the ferret just doesn't understand why it feels so sore when it wakes up. Looks like this house really has ghosts. However, the cat's intelligence is far beyond what you think. This cat plays a daily game of wits with its owner to stop it from stealing dried fish. The owner sets up all sorts of obstacles at home, but none of that can stop the clever little cat. It grabs a balloon and easily crosses the bottle trap. Just as it's about to steal some fish, it notices the owner installed a new camera. Looking at the balloon on the floor, the cat comes up with a genius idea. Now, it can finally enjoy the fish. Afraid of getting caught, it quickly makes a fake fish using flour. Meanwhile, the owner notices something strange range with the camera. He rushes home immediately. The cat thinks everything is going smoothly, but didn't expect. The owner checked the temperature of the fish. Before he left, the fish was 25 degrees Celsius. But now, the fish has mysteriously gone up to 35 degrees Celsius. Look, but the owner's IQ was completely crushed by the cats. These cats realized their owner is an idiot because whenever they played hide and seek, they could easily fool their owner. At first, they hid very cleverly, pretending to be stuffed animals, even hiding behind the toilet. The owner could never find them, but later, even when they hid in very obvious places, the silly owner still couldn't spot them. He even started panicking and putting up missing cat posters. And when he realized the cats were right next to him, the owner decided to get revenge. He disguised himself as a trash bag and gave a creepy smile, successfully scaring the cats. Then he bought a giant Snoopy costume, wore it to pretend to be a stuffed toy, and when he started moving, the cats almost died of fright. And these kittens know how to play even better. Look, these kittens are dancing, and when they get too hyped up, they end up falling all over the place. The owner has to collect them one by one, but it's really troublesome. Even though the owner tried many methods, sometimes a kitten would still be left behind. This time, the owner came up with a genius idea. To make the kittens more organized, she bought bell buttons and used treats to train the kittens. Gradually, the kittens not only learned to line up, but they could even count in order. They looked as neat as soldiers. If you also want such cute kittens, you can raise a cat couple like she did. Look, these two cats finally got married. At first, the female owner noticed the female cat had been eating a lot, and her belly kept getting bigger. She took her to the vet and found out she was pregnant, but the male cat at home was already neutered. At first, she suspected the female cat had an affair, but after the kittens were born, she realized they looked just like the male cat. So, she took the kittens and the male cat for a paternity test. The result was that the kittens were biologically his. It turns out the kittens were conceived before the male cat was neutered. The female owner felt guilty towards the female cat, so she threw a wedding for the two cats. But what she didn't expect was that her boyfriend proposed to her at the cat's wedding. Now, her kids, like her, are taking care of the cat's babies. Compared to that, this female cat's love life is way more exciting. Look, this female cat is pregnant. There are 3 suspicious male cats in the house, but the owner has no idea who the father is. First, the owner ruled out one cat because it was already neutered. Then, he ruled out the black and white cat because the kittens' fur color didn't match. Finally, only the orange cat was left. It took care of the kittens every day, even helping the mother cat feed them. So the owner naturally thought the orange cat was the biological father, but the kittens' fur colors were all different. The owner felt something was off, so he did a DNA test, and guess what? All 3 cats turned out to be the kittens' fathers. And when the mother cat found out, she gave the owner a sly smile. This cat has no partner because it just can't learn to be cute. Look, every time it jumps into its owner's arms to be cute, it feels like an earthquake. Sometimes it gets discouraged, but it keeps practicing clumsily, trying to interact with its owner like other cats. It tries hard to be agile and close. Sadly, it's getting fatter. With so much fat it looks like a puddle. When it waddles over to its owner to be cute, it's like a tank coming. It doesn't look like being cute, more like it's about to knock over its owner. Now, it's so fat it has trouble rolling over, but it still hasn't given up on practicing being cute. Actually, its owner thinks it's adorable when it's clumsy. He knows the cute little kitten just wants a hug.